Welcome back, team. In this video, we'll cover all 5 questions of our Week 2 quiz, which we took on Friday, April 17th. Let's get started.
Number 1 from our Week 2 quiz. The direction state for all problems, solve and determine the number of solutions. So for number 1, we had 3x plus 5 equals negative x minus 7. In order to find out what x is, we need to make sure that we isolate that variable, and we can do that by moving all of the variables to one side and the constants to the other. So we can do that using inverse operations. So I'm going to go ahead and add an x to this to cancel that out. Add an x over here. We're going to end up with 4x plus 5 is equal to negative 7. I can then subtract 5 from both sides. We get 4x is equal to, let's write negative 12. Then we can simply divide by 4 from both sides because I'm here. 4x, remember, it's multiplying 4 times x. So we want to do the opposite. Divide 4 by 4, and negative 12 by 4. We get x is equal to negative 3. That's my solution, and there's only one solution to this problem because x is equal to negative 3. Question number 2 says negative 3 times x plus 4, close parentheses, plus 15 is equal to 6 minus 4x. Just like we did earlier, we want to make sure that we are isolating that variable. This problem is slightly different because we have negative 3x, negative 3 on the outside of x plus 4. So we want to make sure that we distribute that negative 3x before we do anything else. So negative 3 times x, which is negative 3x, negative 3 times positive 4, it's giving us negative 12, plus 15 equals 6 minus 4x. And we can combine these like terms. This will be positive 3 that we are adding to our negative 3x. And we'll stick with 6 minus 4x on that side of the equal sign. Here, we can take away the 3 from both sides. We get negative 3x is equal to negative 4x plus 3, right? Because 6 minus 3 is 3. At this point, I can take that 4x, add it to both sides, get rid of the 4x's on this side. I'm left with x is equal to positive 3. Just like before, because x is equal to 3, we have one solution. (12 plus 3x). What would you like to do now? We can take away 3x, or we can add 4 to both sides. You might want to add plus 4, both sides to get rid of the 4's here. 4x is equal to 16 plus 3x. And subtract 3x from both sides, and I'm left with x is equal to 16. So for the first 3 problems, you'll see x is equal to a specific constant, specific value for x. It's only one value, it's only one solution. Let's move on to number 4. For question number 4, we're told 2/3 n minus 2/3 is equal to n divided by 6 plus 4/3. Don't be overwhelmed or intimidated by these fractions. They work just the same as our whole number friends. So I have negative 2/3 that I can add to both sides to get rid of the 2/3 that are there. I'm left with 2/3 n is equal to n over 6 plus, what's 4 plus 2? That's 6. 6/3 equal to 2. So I've got a whole number there now. 2/3 n equal to n over 6. n over 6. n over 6 is the same as 1/6 n. So if I subtract 1/6 n from both sides, well, cancels that out. We'll be left with 2 on this side. What's 2/3 minus 1/6? I know that 2/3 is the same as 1 over 6. Right, it's 4/6. 4/6 minus 1/6 would be 3/6. I've got 3/6. N is equal to 2. Well, 3/6 I know is the same as 1/2. So really, 1/2 of a number is equal to 2. I can multiply both sides by the reciprocal or the inverse of 1/2. N is equal to 4. Once again, I'm left with one variable, n, is equal to one value, one solution. Final problem that we had on our quiz was negative 8 times 8 minus x is equal to 4/5 parentheses x plus 10. Just as we did before, we need to make sure that we are using the distributive property before we go any further. So negative 8 times 8 give us negative 64. Negative 8 times negative 1x give us plus 8x. And we have 4/5 that we have to distribute. So 4/5 times x give us 4/5 x plus 4/5 times 10. You can do that off to the side if I need to. 4/5 times 10. These two will cancel out, 2 over 1. 4 times 2, that's 8. 4/5 of 10 is indeed 8. So now I've got this whole number here that I can actually take away from both sides so that I'm left with 4/5 x is equal to negative 72 plus 8x. Now what do I do? Well, I can take this 8x and get it over here somehow. I can use the opposite operation, minus 8x minus 8x. I'm left with negative 72 is equal to negative 7 1/5 x. Okay. This is going to be a little funky here because This is a mixed number. So negative 7/1/5. Got to convert that into an improper fraction. So let's do that. Negative 7 times 5 is 35. Negative 35. Plus the 1. Negative 36 over 5. X, right? Still multiplying by x here. It's equal to negative 72. And just like we did in our previous example, I can multiply by the reciprocal to cancel this out. If I multiply by 5, negative 5 over 36 on this side, I'm going to be left with an x here. Multiply negative 5 over 36 on this side. I know that 72 divided by 36 is 2. I'm going to write that 2 there. Factor that out. Write 1 there. All I'm left with is negative 5 times negative 2, which is positive 10. My solution here, x is equal to 10, one solution. So for all 5 problems on your weekly quiz, you had one solution for each variable.
So don't forget that you're welcome to use this video to help you complete an error analysis assignment on Google Classroom. Speaking of which, please check Google Classroom daily for any updates that you have from all of your teachers. Thanks so much for watching and have a great weekend.